Right. And then make your feet wide, and let's put your hands on your knees and just stretch out through those inner thighs. You can actually put some weight on your arms like this, like your third base coach in baseball, and then tuck your right shoulder over towards your left ankle, and then open it up, and then tuck your left shoulder over towards your right ankle, and see if you can just kind of wring out your spine. You know, we're going right in there pretty deep, so I'm just trying to get a little bit of movement here. And then make your feet parallel. Just do a forward fold. Shift forward a little bit so you're in the middle of your feet. Bend your right knee as much as you're comfortable with, just to stretch through that inner thigh. This is an area sometimes I try to open so that we can get deeper in the abs. And then I'm also going to do a newer move with you today that will hopefully like fire from the adductors up into the core. So just give it a quick stretch. Bend your left knee as much as you are comfortable. Spin your toes up if you want. And then come back to center. All right, let's walk your hands around to the right side and step your right foot back. Drop your head, come into downward dog. Pedal out your feet, press out of those arms. This is about putting breath and space into your spine. So reach back, feel the traction in your body. Let the back of the head hang down because you know we're going to be doing a lot of roll up. And just turn your head from side to side. So you're just kind of clearing the palette here, or the canvas. Clearing the canvas so we can like paint some good deep core on it. Go ahead and glide into plank. First, feeling into this kind of functional core moment. Draw your abs in. Imagine you can slide your pubic bone up towards your belly button right here. So draw in. Let your shoulders be in the middle, like organized on your ribs, not rounded and not dumped. Right in the middle. And just breathe. Let your heels drop to the right. You can keep your fingertips down on the left side, or you can kind of open it up. We're just going to go a little side to side here, just to kind of wake up the side body. Acting like it's a morning class, like you haven't been doing stuff all day. Drop your heels behind you, reach that arm up. One more time on each side. Back, and then the right side. And then pull yourself to the ground. Inhale, cobra. Pull your chest through. Let's do two more. Inhale to the floor. Roll the shoulders open first, you guys. Exhale, everything. Inhale, pull your chest forward and stretch all the way up through your abs. One more. Press your toes down. Don't let your heels wiggle. And then come on up. Good. Okay. Push on to table pose. Bring your shoulders over your fingers. Close your eyes. I want you guys to go inside so that you feel it. You don't have to see it. And then let's activate isometrically. So shift your shoulders forward even more. Make sure your knees, bring your knees a little wider than you ordinarily would. Round your back and then try to wrinkle the mat between your knees and your hands. And we're just going to change this pattern while we're firing here. So draw the belly button in, hollow out the abs. Now lift the ankles up and drop them over to the right. And feel that pattern switch over to the right side of the body. And then drop the ankles over to the left. Feel that pattern switch to the right side of the front obliques there. Now come back to center, shift forward again. Reset, round the back. Breathe and try to pull your knees to your hands and your hands to your knees. And then just the diagonal, so right hand to left knee. Let go of the other diagonal. See if you can feel that connect all the way across the front of your body. Now release that, feel that. And then switch, so left hand to right knee. It's just straight across the diagonal of your body. And then release everything, push back into child's pose. Take one breath here, last moment here of big traction out of your shoulders. And roll yourself up, swing your legs out in front of you. Let's start with long legs on the floor. Bring your arms in front of you, inhale. Exhale, hollow out those abs, roll that tailbone under. Good, come back halfway, and then come up. Inhale back. I have guests in the studio working out in this class, so in case it seems like I'm talking to myself, someone right here. Inhale back, draw those abs in, and exhale, come up. Keep going. This shouldn't be pressure in your back. Your eyes are looking forward, not up. Reach out of the legs as you curl your pelvis back. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. This one we're taking all the way down slowly. So roll really slowly, especially as you touch the low back. Pause there for a moment. Reach out of your feet and then finish that roll back. Take your arms over your head. Let your back arch to stretch. And then bring your hands behind your head. We're going to keep the legs out of it for a moment. You're going to pretend that you can't even use them. Inhale into the side of the ribs, you guys, not the belly. Exhale, blow that air out and wrap your ribs. You almost should feel like you're doing a sit-up even without moving. You're so connected that your head gets pulled up off the ground on the next breath. Inhale. Into the ribs, exhale, knit the abs, all the layers, 4 layers of the abs, hug up in the pelvic floor, and then roll up. So all the production happens really almost before the move. I want you guys to get the depth into it. Do 8 of these. Inhale back, exhale up. Remember, don't pull on your head. Good. Inhale back. Exhale, come up. At the top of this one, let's check ourselves. Press your head back into your hands. Don't change the angle of your head. Your eyes are still looking forward, but you're pressing your head back. You should feel your abs burn more. Come up a little higher. Inhale back. Exhale, I think that was only maybe rep 4. Here's 5. 3 more. Ride your breath. 6. Focus on how you're doing this, not what you're doing, but how you're creating this movement. Last one, you guys. Come on up. Let your head press back. Close your eyes. Crawl your mind into your core. And notice if you feel this equally and under the pubic bone and all the way up to the belly button. Good. And then roll back. Okay, now, keep your hands where they are. Bring your left knee up and your right knee. And then bring yourself into another half roll up. So your abs drag you off the ground. You're up off the shoulder blades. Also, if you've been doing these classes, notice if you get lazy. Sometimes we just hang out on the shoulder blades. Come up a little bit more as you press your head back. Challenge yourself on that. So we're gonna hold tabletop, but we're gonna rotate. So we're going left, inhale to center, exhale right. We're just starting it like this. I want to see if you can come up off that floor shoulder blade. So in this case, up off the left one, back to center, up off the right one. Keep going. 15 seconds here. The hips don't move, the legs don't pull in, the knees are a little bit in front of you, in front of your hips, and your low back is gently pressed into the ground as you do this. You got to set yourself up so the strength marinates in. Last one, over to the right. Good. Roll your head and shoulders down this time. Keep your knees where they are. Shake out your legs. Go another 30. Here we go. Inhale and roll up. Whew. Okay, let's try a quick subtle one, and then we'll hit the 30 seconds of movement. So I want your lower legs to dangle. Drop your heels to your butt and roll your pelvis towards your chest so that your back is flat. Now take your kneecaps and start to point them forward. I want you to relax your quads. Point your kneecaps forward so your feet are like feather touching the floor. You're not reaching for them or trying to jam them or whatever. You're just dangling the lower legs and pointing the kneecaps forward. Now, once you feel like a feather touch on your toes, everybody tuck your pelvis without moving your feet or your knees. Tuck your pelvis, flatten your back, flatten, flatten, flatten. Drag the pubic bone up to the belly button without lifting your feet. Good, now bring your knees back up again. And you can lift your heels, and we're gonna go 30 seconds of hip tucks. So curl that tailbone up, kind of a little reverse curl. I'm gonna get my clock in better vision. Going. 10 seconds. Think about working that area right between your belly button and your pubic bone. Last 5 seconds. No quad swings. This is just about the abs. Good. All right, now hold that tuck. Take your hands and grab your hamstrings and kind of roll yourself up off the shoulders a little bit. Yeah, just kind of come into that. You should feel the stretch in your upper back. It gives your abs a moment of relief. Inhale. Now exhale, you're gonna roll yourself only back to the bottom of the shoulder blades. So you're staying pretty high. You're gonna try and hold that. Here we go. Let go of the legs. Don't let the shoulders drop. See if you can take your legs out long. You can always do one leg. You can always point the knees like we did on the last one. So depending on your hips, you choose where your legs go. No popping. Good. Stay up high. Yeah, breathe. Good. Now bring your legs in. Grab your hamstrings again. Just do a little roll. You want to be sure that you're staying up, not because of your neck, but because of your abs. So relax your head a little. Okay, let go of your legs again. Stay high. Take your legs long. Take your arms to your ears. Eyes on the toes. Breathe. Reach those arms back. Reach those legs long. Flatten the low back. Good. And then come in. Take your arms out to the side. Take your knees to the left. And let your abs move your knees over to the right. You're just gonna go side to side. Try and loosen up any tight tethers between your ribs and your hips. Any of the grippy big muscles, it's hard to get underneath them. So see if you can breathe into this stretch here. Feel the stretch come across your shoulders. Okay. Come back to center. Hands behind the head. Inhale. Exhale. Press your head back into your hands and pull your upper body off the floor with your core. Take your left leg long and let it hang there. So I don't want any popping in the hip, which means you have to really engage those abs and press your low back in. Take your right knee forward a little bit so it's in front of your hip bone. Open the left leg out a little bit. Good. Okay, now straighten out the right leg. Rotate to the right. Reach that arm up. Cross it over. This is one that we've been doing a lot of. Keep both butt cheeks down. Yep. And pulse. 6, 5, 4. Let the shoulders cross over to the right as opposed to so much forward. I want you to really get into that oblique. 2, 1. Add an isometric press with the outside of that left arm and resist with that right knee and make it twist more. Now, last thing, take the right arm behind the head and reach, 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 and then come down. Have we ever done that combination? I'm not sure. Take your legs long, take your arms long, breathe, let it release for a moment and stretch so we can get back into it. Okay, hands behind the head, and knees up at tabletop. Let your abs draw you up again. So if you're feeling it all concentrated in the upper part of the abs, your mission is to relax your quads a little bit more and try and access these lower abs. Draw your belly button in to gently press your low back into the floor. Like just this alone, you should feel it in your low abs. All right, this time, take your right leg long. And you have to really be clever with this leg. Relax the quad. Let the leg kind of be heavy in space, but not floppy. Reach to the fascia of that leg. Flatten the low back. Take the left leg up. Reach the right arm over. And here we go. We pulse. Keep both sides of your butt down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Add an isometric. Stretch both legs long. Add that twist a little bit deeper. Pull the belly button in. Rotate, rotate, rotate. Now take the left arm behind you. Every limb is reaching. 3, breathe. 2, 1. And then come down. All right, you guys. Let's flip over onto your belly. We'll stretch it out. Come onto your forearms to start here. Let your elbows be under your shoulders, and then inhale, pull your chest through. Tight. Roll yourself down to the floor. Okay. I'm going to actually have you guys get a little bit of extension so that you can feel the core wrap all the way around. So let's do this. Take your arms out to a T. If it bugs your shoulders, obviously take them back is fine. So I want you to squeeze the shoulder blades together in the back and then float the legs up off the ground. Try and lengthen your legs out longer behind you as you pull your top of the head forward. So there's no pinching in the low back. Keep those abs connected. Everything's just gonna come up a little bit. You should feel your butt, your hamstrings between your shoulder blades, and a little bit of that work of the core that wraps around into your full back, not just low back. Come to the floor a little bit, and then rise up. Let's just do 3 more. You need to feel how the abs connect into every position in your body here. And up, and down, up, and down, and one more, and up, and down. Good. So you want to feel that work be dispersed all through your back and not just a pinch in one vertebrae. And that's due to the stretch forward and back. Push into child pose. Okay. Curl your toes forward, you guys. Stretch the bottom of or right behind the big toe. And we are going to come up into plank. Take a breath in. Exhale. Come on up into plank. Get light on the mat. I give you guys this cue all the time, but pretend that your mat is on thin ice and you can't just dump your body into it. You have to get lighter. Try to levitate. Try to orient yourself to the ceiling. Like, can you levitate to the ceiling as opposed to getting sucked into the ground? Breathe. Now from here, we're gonna touch opposite hand to opposite shoulder. So think about right hand to left shoulder without moving anything. Organize those abs you just fired. Take your right hand to your left shoulder and then put it back. Organize again. Shift forward with your shoulders and then bring your hand to your opposite shoulder. Now let's try one with more isometric cueing. So this time, you're gonna pull your left hand towards your left foot, like you're wrinkling the mat, and then try and lift the right hand to the left shoulder, see if it's better. And then bring it back. Okay, now we do the other side. So pull the right hand towards the right foot, like isometrically, and then touch your right shoulder with your left hand. Good, bring your hands down, drop your knees, and push back. So you guys can see that like we're using isometrics to fire deeper, but ultimately we want that to be your pattern. We want all that isometric strength just become part of that contraction anyway. That's how we're doing it, so that you're much more stable. Come onto your right forearm. Take your legs out long behind you or in line with you. And then lift that right hip up. Organize yourself here. We all tend to twist a little bit towards the floor on this, which kind of bugs the shoulder. So you want to twist, you want to be like stuck between 2 planes of glass here. Breathe. Lift your hip up a little higher. Come out of the shoulder if you can, so you're not grinding into that shoulder. Breathe. You should feel the right side turning on. Let's do 3 little dips. Down and up. The second one. Here's the third one. Lift up. Good. Okay, now drop your right butt down, and you're going to kind of spin to sitting on that right butt. So your legs are steered to the right, your arms are steered to the left. We're rolling right into that oblique there. Bend the knees in, curl the tailbone, and we're going to open up this like sideways V-sit. In and open, and then pull it in and open. Maybe you feel the right, you should also feel the left side oblique. Good. Keep going, 3 more. If it's popping in your hips, Make it little movements. Use your upper body to move more than your lower body. And don't lose that tailbone tuck. Good. Okay, now from here, I'm just spinning around. Come on, roll onto the other side so you're on your left forearm. And side plank. Open the collarbones. Lift the arm up, or you can put it on your hip too, either way. Just establish that left side. You can also drop your knee if you feel like you need to get more targeted out of the shoulders and into the core. Okay, 3 little dips. Here we go. Down and up. Inhale down. Exhale up. You're feeling these muscles like a hammock contract and lift you. Now drop the left hip down. You're going to pull your abs in and haul them out and come onto that left butt. The right butt's kind of off the ground. So your legs are steering left, arms are steering right. You guys should be feeling that burn down deep. Open it up, curl your pelvis. You're gonna close that sideways twisted V and open it up and close it. If it's, again, popping in your hips, which you guys have asked me about, get your focus on your abs. Even though you're opening this up, you're still curling your tailbone. You're not letting your abs pop out as your legs go in front of you. 2 more. You can also use more movement in your upper body instead of your lower body. Use your abs. Good. Whew. Okay, come into a front-facing V-sit. Grab your hamstrings. Inhale. Exhale. Settle into your body. Come into the center of your body. Let's see how low we can go on this. You're going to start stretching those legs long. Now make all your focus on your low abs. So draw your belly button in and lay your low back down on the floor. Take your arms long, take them up a little bit. Stretch your legs down unless it's popping in your hip. Keep the belly button pressing your back into the floor. Stretch through the fascia of the body. 3, 2, 1. Bring your knees in. Good job, you guys. Inhale. Go ahead and rock a little bit side to side. Oh my gosh, there's only 5 minutes left. This class goes so fast. Stretch your legs out long. And then let's try a new one here. Take your right foot and put it in front of your left leg. You're gonna keep your ribs facing up to the ceiling. Bring your hands behind your head. And we're gonna roll up like this. We've been doing this one, but I want this contraction like always. And now I'm gonna add the inner thigh. So as you come up and down, press your head back into your hands. Let these abs work to pull you up. And then float the butt, or don't float, actually lift that lower leg up. See if you can feel the connection of that adductor muscle through your core. So as you go back, the leg goes down. As you come up, reach out of the heel of that lower leg. And you shouldn't be pinching in the hip flexor up here. It should be right down in that adductor. Keep going. 20 more seconds. Reach out of that heel, that leg. You want so much length out of that leg. But you want to feel that as it comes up, everything is kind of contracting between the adductor and the core. Obviously, if it's pinching, don't lift so high or skip the leg lift. But I kind of like the idea of having like a 10-pound weight right on the inside of your inner thigh. You have to lift it up. Find your shake. It's just a little bit different. You should be on your left hip. Good. Okay, switch sides. Roll onto your right butt this time. Stretch your right leg out long. You're gonna put your left foot down on the floor. And then only your chest is facing up. Your hips are kind of facing to the right. Here we go. Press the head back in the hand. Lift that right leg up as you're stretching. You're trying to put your heel print on the wall in front of you. Inhale down, exhale up. Try not to pull with your shoulder. In fact, see what it feels like to keep that bicep by the ear, that left bicep by the ear. So use those abs a little bit more than the arm and the shoulder. Feel the connection from your foot, your adductor, all the way into that oblique. You've got 10 seconds. Pull that belly button up. Try not to hike on that hip. Use that scoop of your abs. Good, and then roll back down. That might be one that kind of shows up later if you feel a little bit of a burn coming up into your core. The adductors attach up into your pelvic floor. Okay, take your legs out long. Inhale, bring your arms up. 457. Inhale, exhale, roll yourself up. Let's do some full rolls and see if we can pull that pattern all the way through. Inhale, exhale, curl your tailbone. Come all the way down. If you want to make it harder, if you can do that without gripping or yanking on anything, cross your forearms and try and roll just as smoothly. You don't need your shoulders and your head to do it. Good. Try not to drag your heels with you. Come on back. Here, quick intermission here. Bring your forearms down. Press them forward to slide behind your butt. So curl your tailbone. Now bring your arms forward. Good. Don't let those legs lift. Come on down. Inhale. We're going to do that again. Exhale. This time we'll do it on the way up. Clear the shoulders. Come up to this point. Bring your forearms down. Press forward. Tuck your pelvis. So both arms are going to come forward without moving your legs or your hips. Everybody breathe. And as you're exhaling, dig deeper in your abs and bring your arms forward. You hold your breath, you'll pop. Good. Forearms cross. Bring your hands to your head. See if you can keep those legs heavy. Breathe. Inhale. Can you bring them behind your head? Exhale, draw your abs in. 3, 2, 1. Bring your arms forward. Come over those hamstrings. It's like a game, as Simon says. This is the last minute. I'm confusing your brain. Come back halfway. Okay. I want to get a rectus muscle, which is the outer ab, the washboard ab. So bring your hands in front of you. Round your low back. Remember, we're not flexing and collapsing here at T12. It's just scooping in the low abs. Elbows up. Okay, now from this capital C in your spine, I want you to straighten out your spine. You're not popping the ribs. You're just straightening out your spine while wrapping like you have a straight jacket on. Oh! Now roll your pelvis to round your back, but it's not a crunch. You're still up, but you're just rounded through the low abs. Let's do 2 more of those. Straighten the spine. You should feel those washboard abs, that rectus muscle. Breathe. And then round from the pelvis, not the ribs. 1 more. Inhale, straighten. Relax your back. You're not using your back. You're using the muscles to wrap all the way around to support you. And then come forward. Oh, gosh, that was a really fast 30 minutes. Good job, you guys. Come up to standing. Woo. And then take your arms up over your head. Take your right arm up and over and really stretch through that whole side. Press down through your right foot to lift up through the side of the body. And then switch. Circle the arms. And you are done. Thanks, you guys. Make sure you use these muscles in your day, functionally, in your life. All right. Thank you guys.
Thank you, Wendy.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.